Well, hello again, everybody. It's James Burgess, and I'm just delighted, absolutely delighted to again welcome you back to Focus Yourself, our 7-module do-it-yourself business plan program. And look at this, module number 5 already. How fast has this been? How easy and fast has this been? And I know you're getting the practical value out of this because you're showing me your plans as we go along. I hadn't anticipated that. I'm delighted that you've taken the initiative, and I can see the practicality of what you're accomplishing. So it's just great. And for those that are still kind of sitting on the fence, I can't push you off one way or the other. But at the end of these modules, I will show you a video, a very powerful one, I think. So you'll understand right now when I say do or do not. It doesn't matter which you choose, but choose one. Don't keep watching and not do something, or stop watching and move on and do something else. I'm okay. I want to work with those that truly want to make a difference in their business. Those that want to have a better business, to have a more fulfilling business experience, whether it be as a business owner, a department head, charity, or association executive director, and a more controlled business as well. So come on, let's go. You're doing great work. You got to stay at it. There's just a couple more modules where you have to do work, and then I'll just get back to talking to you about a few key messages. So what are we going to do next? Well, before we talk about that, let's review module number 4. What did we do? In module number 4, we looked after our objectives. We got right down on the tarmac. We went from 30,000 feet and wham, we slammed into the tarmac, and we made real targets for the next fiscal year or to finish off the current fiscal year. Way to go. And you had lots to choose from in terms of ideas for objectives, but for the smaller businesses, I suggested that you keep them simple and aligned. You have to have profit, you have to have your revenue, and I happen to think number of new customers added, your close rate, your average close revenue are all important because it gets you to a level of activity to measure, which is easier than measuring the dollars coming in. So I hope you got value out of that. And you also saw a neat video from Ma and Pa Kettle to show you that our math is easier than them trying to get through that math. If you feel like you're challenged with math, just go back and watch Ma and Pa Kettle because I think it's absolutely hilarious. And the power of arising from measuring the objectives, which we said are what we will measure, we must measure in fact, leads to 2 great and powerful questions. And they become, when you see something occurring in your results, you ask 2 key questions. Why is this happening, and what can I do about it? If it's a great outcome, why is it happening, and how do I leverage it even more to even higher successes? And if something's not going quite right, why is it happening, and how do you turn it around and take corrective action against it? 2 powerful, powerful, powerful questions. And really the whole reason we need to measure is just to be able to ask those questions and have data available to us when our business speaks to us through these measures and tells us what's going on. So fantastic, great work again. Congratulations to those that showed me what they'd accomplished. So let's move on. Business planning. I can see you're finding it's easy, and I know you're finding it fast. And so we're still in the midst of the 5 secrets to effective business planning, and in module 5 we're going to move on to strategies. Now what I said at the end of module 4 was that strategies are still easy and fast, but they're at the long and hard end of easy and fast. So this video is going to be a little bit longer, going to speak a little bit more in terms of instruction, and I'm going to give you some neat videos just to sort of get your head in the game about creating your strategies, some fun videos to consider. Okay, so let's get going with our strategies, the 4th secret to effective business planning. Okay, so the strategies in my mind, as I explain it in my workshops and to my clients, they are the foundation for your business. The foundation for your business. Think of them as the foundation to your home. If you build a foundation for your home intended for a 2,200 square foot house, then you are limited by physics in terms of how tall or how broad you can make your home. Try and put a 6-story home on top of a foundation intended for 2,200 square feet, and you'll probably find that the house will blow over in a high wind, or you're at least going to get seriously seasick from it. At the same time, if you try and broaden your house past the foundation, your municipal bylaws may stop that, and your neighbors are going to complain that you're encroaching on property lines. So what we do with foundations, your business is the same. You are limited by how tall and how broad your business can go based on the foundation you create for it. You may not need the foundation we're about to create right now, but by starting it now, the foundation will expand and improve as your business expands and improves, and ensures its longevity and the continuation of success without it collapsing. Because the reality is, the history of business is fraught with businesses that at the peak of success completely failed. And it was invariably because the foundation for the strategies wasn't strong enough. So what I'm going to instruct you on doing is building a foundation, 55,000 square feet perhaps, a 55,000 square foot foundation where you can begin building your business in the first 2,200 square feet, allowing it to grow taller and broader across that foundation without any collapse from major issues arising. Okay, so it is the foundation for your business. All right. Now, so far I've shown you that creating these things, your vision, your mission, and your objectives is very, very simple. And so is creating your strategies. Nonetheless, it's a little bit more difficult to understand. So the format of a strategy is to come up with a big, hairy, audacious goal. That's the big feat you saw in the previous slide. A big, hairy, audacious goal. That's known as a BHAG. So you have to, for each strategy statement, you need one BHAG. Big, hairy, audacious goal. And then maybe a semicolon, that's the way I do it, and then 3 to 4 ways after the semicolon that you can begin to move your business towards achieving that big, hairy, audacious goal over the course of time. These are not short-term. These are nothing to do with action plans. These are longer-term perspectives of how you want to build the business more successfully. Okay? Best way I can do this is to give you a real example that I use with all of my clients. Let's use business planning as a strategy area we want to build a strategy statement for. So what's my big, hairy, audacious goal? Well, I'm going to suggest to you that it's to perfect business planning. Perfect business planning. That's big, hairy, and audacious because perfection just doesn't come in a moment. You have to truly work at it. So I'm going to write down on a piece of paper, perfect business planning, and I'm going to put a semicolon after it. Then I'm going to put the 3 to 4 ways I think, based on my current knowledge today, how I can move towards perfecting business planning. So right now, if I'm you, I don't have a business plan. So the first thing, obviously, I'm going to do is complete my business plan. That's a given. Okay. So then to perfect it, if I then write down after the semicolon, engage in my plan minimum quarterly, comma, measure my objectives, comma, integrate into my organization. If you're a bigger organization with a management team, take the business planning down to each of the managers' levels and hold them accountable for their business plans. And fourthly, retain a plan advisor quarterly. I'll share why I put this later. Yes, it's a little self-serving, but there's a reason for it. There is an absolute reason why this needs to be here. Okay? So my strategy statement very simply becomes, as I said, perfect business planning, semicolon, by engaging in my plan minimum quarterly, comma, measure objectives, comma, integrate into my organization, comma, retain plan advisor quarterly, period. There is an entire strategy laid out in about, I don't know what, 125 characters perhaps? 125 characters, and I've just given you an entire strategy statement. Powerful, fast and powerful. Okay? Now, I'd normally do a roundtable Q&A at this point to make sure everybody understands, but we can't do that in this style. So what I will do is share some ideas, I guess, is the best thing to do, but where you could build strategies for in your business. So, because the hard part, I think, in this is understanding, well, okay, I get the format, but what strategies do I want? Well, let me share a bunch of them with you. How about creating a culture for your business. You could have a giving culture, and that means that not only do you donate a portion of your revenues to a particular charity, but you yourself sit on boards, or at least a board. You encourage your staff to participate in a leadership role for their favorite charity. You help them support their favorite charities, and then you participate as well for the runs, for the walks, for what the evenings out, gala events, whatever it may be. You don't just give money when you have a culture of giving. You build giving into your business. You can have a learning culture where you encourage all of your staff to go out and not just learn the skills and improve their skills for their current job, but their next level opportunity, and perhaps you encourage them to go out and get unrelated learning and pay a portion of their fees to help them do that. And a performance culture is about, we're here and we're going to there, and we're going to get there very tightly, very effectively, with job descriptions and annual performance expectations, with measurement against those performance expectations and coaching against those performance expectations, and year-end and biannual reviews of those performances, and ultimately tying all of that together against a bonus structure of some sort, or even a profit-sharing plan. That's creating a performance culture. Where else can you create a culture? Well, how about for the employee? Why not position the big, hairy, audacious goal as being an employer of choice? An employer of choice. How do you become an employer of choice? Well, certainly not overnight. But imagine this visual. Imagine this visual. You have people lined up outside your business waiting for a job that doesn't exist yet. Then you have achieved an employer of choice status. All you need to do is take that big, hairy, audacious goal and identify 3 to 4 ways that you can move from where you are to where you want to get to be an employer of choice. And I will argue the first way of doing it is to stop thinking about your employees as just another resource. They are not just another resource, and I see far too often that the business owners think that they can do whatever they want with their employees, and they should just automatically want to do it. That's not right. They are not just a nut and a bolt that gets put into a piece of machinery. They are real living resources that can improve or get weaker based on how you manage them. Another possible area for a strategy would be customers. Of course, customers. And have, the big, hairy, audacious goal, have raving fans. Imagine that, having raving fans. Imagine the closest arena or baseball diamond or football field close to you, and imagine that facility filled with all your customers, and they're standing on their feet, and they've been giving you a standing ovation for 20 minutes now, and there's no sign that they're going to let up for another 20 minutes. That's an image of having raving fans. You may think you give good customer service, you don't. Odds are you don't, because you can't describe for me what you do to have those raving fans. And until you can have a program, you don't for certain have raving fans. What else? Customers again. A byproduct or a sub-strategy of having raving fans requires that you be excellent at problem resolution. So there's the big, hairy, audacious goal. Be excellent at problem resolution. Identify then 3 to 4 ways that you can move your organization towards being excellent at problem resolution. Technology. You could position your big, hairy, audacious goal as being industry leadership. Brand image. You could position the big, hairy, audacious goal as unfailing consistency. Unfailing consistency. I guarantee you, you don't have that right now. Social media. You could have a big, hairy, audacious goal as being seen or recognized as an industry authority. An industry authority, which usually involves writing a book, like Chaos, How Business Leaders Can Master the Power of Focus. And operations. You don't need to be ISO, but perhaps you should approach your operations so that they are ISO-like. Have the controls in place, because when you have controls, you can improve your profitability while sustaining sales. Oftentimes, there's lots of room in operations to eke out more of a profit if you look at how you could become ISO-like, and that's not that involved. And then, of course, a lot of you that have shared your vision statements with me have these grandiose, huge, marvelous, fantastic visions of the revenue you want to be making in 3 years. Well, how? Some of these other strategy statements will feed into how you're going to grow your business by XXX% per year, right? Some of these others are sub strategies to how you're going to grow your business. Being an employer of choice, sure. Being a culture of performance, perhaps, and being having raving fans. So by having grow your business, you can recommit to the importance of these other strategies, or there may be something else that I haven't captured here about how you're going to grow it. It may be constant product evolution. There's a big, hairy, audacious goal. Constant product or service evolution. Fantastic. So these are a bunch of ideas you're more than welcome to use. Use them exactly as I've given them to you here. All you have to do is identify 3 to 4 ways. I'm going to help you even more in just a moment. But first of all, I want to show you a series of videos. I want to show you a series of videos that sort of come back to a few of these key areas. So to begin with, I want to show you Charlie Bit My Finger as the power behind social media. This video has been viewed, I think, last time I looked, by almost 800 million people. So if you can hit a home run like this, terrific. But for most of us, it's just fun to watch. So let's have a look at Charlie Bit My Finger.
Charlie bit me. Ah. Oh, ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie, that really hurts. No, Charlie bit me. And that really hurt, Charlie, and it's still hurting.
Terrific. Welcome back. I love that. It is such a cute video. Again, almost, as I said, last time I looked, I thought it was like 800 million people had seen that. Now I want to show you a good and a bad customer service. Okay? About in terms of having raving fans. So the first one I want to show you, and I'm just going to go back to back, show them without coming back to you. So the first one is a British video about a carpet laying guy, and the second one is from American Express. So we'll have a look at both of those next, and keep in mind and compare the customer experience. Okay, we'll be right back.
This looks great. These must be yours. I found them on the kitchen table.
Thanks.
Mommy, have you seen my hamster?
Well, isn't he asleep in his cage?
Have you seen my hamster then?
No.
Well, Tiny, go upstairs and look thoroughly. I mean, sure. Probably behind the bed like where you found him last time.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I was marooned on an island for 5 years with this package, and I swore that I would deliver it to you because I work for FedEx.
That's very admirable. Thank you.
Hey, but by the way, what's in the package?
Nothing really. Just a satellite phone, GPS locator, fishing rod, water purifier, and some seeds. Just silly stuff. Thank you again. You keep up the good work.
Okay, so welcome back, and again, you know, from the two completely different perspectives on customer. I show the carpet laying video in workshops all the time, and I get everybody to identify at least 10 things wrong with that customer experience, and boom, 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 they're all there. In fact, that carpet laying guy missed an opportunity, if you can believe it, to have a customer for life and a continuing list likely of referrals. Because if he had pulled back the carpet, found, it was a hamster, right? And found the hamster and gave that to the mother or child and said, I found the hamster, I almost stepped on it. Almost is okay. That's better than not stepping on it at all. He would have opened the door to ask for a referral. But with what he did, he has nothing. He has nothing at all. He's got a horrible conversation approach with the customer, poor interaction. He's smoking, of course. He looks just untidy, unkept, and does so many things wrong. Don't create those kinds of experience. Do the antithesis of everything that he does. And in the American Express one, it's a funny one, but and goes back, of course, to the movie with Tom Hanks. I mean, clearly two different kinds of approaches there. I have another one from Donald Trump on branding, this idea of unfailing consistency. Let's listen to Donald talking about the Trump brand.
A great brand is something that people have confidence in. People like the name, they like what it represents, they like the quality of whatever the product may be, and over years and oftentimes over a long period of time, it becomes a great brand. I think the Trump brand has become a great brand in a very short period of time. We're unique in that it's a top brand, one of the top 2 or 3 brands probably in the world, and it happened not like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or some of the others that are more typical. It happened over a short period of time, relatively. To build a great brand, you have to be very conscious of image and what you're doing and where you're going and the quality of your product. And what happened with Trump is I started with the best locations. I built buildings that turned out to be very successful in the best locations. I then really focused on not only the location, but the quality of the building, the windows, the floors, the rooms, the kitchens, the whole thing. And I now have a brand that gets 30 to 40% more per square foot than anybody else in New York. I mean, if I have the same product in the same location as somebody else, I'll get 30 to 40% more per square foot.
Terrific, isn't that? Yeah. And it is a very strong brand. It's a very, very strong brand. There's no question about it. So I've got one more video I want to show you, and it goes to a culture. If you were to have a sales culture, then in a sales culture you would have a trained sales team, and as the team leader you would be responsible perhaps for doing joint client interviews. That would be a subset of creating the sales culture. So let's have a look at this joint client meeting.
So, thanks for agreeing to meet with us about your storage needs. I brought a junior sales associate with me today. This is Michael.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Well, I've looked at your proposal, and I have to say, I'm very interested.
Oh, that's great. As I've had a chance to review your backup infrastructure, and I don't want to be too critical here, but your platform is from when? The Jurassic era? Oh, very good. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
So, how about we jump into our recommended solutions?
Sure. I know our tape system is a bit of a dinosaur, but...
Okay, Michael.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
We were
Okay.
hoping that our
Okay.
work with you would,
Yes, Michael.
would increase the...
Mike.
So, do we have your business?
No.
So the powerful learning, of course, from that video is if you're going to have a sales culture, make sure you've inspected your core training program before you ever let somebody out in front of a client, because that deal was closed and was lost by the junior salesperson. All right. I hope we enjoyed those. They're fun and a bit light, but nonetheless support the message I'm trying to share with you here in this module number 5 on strategies. So let me give you now 3 examples of how you can write your strategy statements with the full content. So, big, hairy, audacious goal. Have raving fans. Okay, so this is about customer service. Have raving fans by surveying your clients annually, sustaining a communication plan with customers on the survey results. That's where the real value is. Create a loyalty program, perhaps. Sustain a problem resolution process, which goes to building the other strategy for being excellent at problem resolution. Adopt the McKay 66 into client interactions. You can go ahead and Google the McKay 66 and see what that's all about. And have a performance guarantee, perhaps. There you go. Look at that. What's that? 150 characters maybe, and you've got a very, very powerful strategy statement written. And don't forget the one for perfecting business planning. So now you have 2. Let's do a third. Recognized within the industry as an industry authority by, there's the big, hairy, audacious goal, being recognized as an industry authority by engaging in and sustaining social media presence, speaking engagements, free offers, write, publish articles, generate a powerful newsletter, self-publish a newspaper, or write a book. All of those will move you, progress you towards being recognized as an industry authority. Not doing it once, not doing it twice, not doing one once and the other once, but doing it as a sustainable strategy across multiple areas that I present to you here. Okay, how can I accelerate my growth to X% per year? Well, focus on tightly defined target market, the perfect customer, right? Be recognized as an industry authority. So it's elevating or joining in a sub-strategy to create this one. Have raving fans, of course. Launch X new products or services over the period of time. So this is about being constantly reinventing the product or service, and adopt a sales conversation. If you don't know what a sales conversation is, give me a call and we can talk about it. But here are then 4. You now have 4 strategies that you can use. And here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to have more than 6. No more than 6. So look at your business. Consider, where do you need strength in a core area of your business that may not be there now, and identify a big, hairy, audacious goal for yourself, and 3 to 4 ways you can get there. Do up to 2 more. And use these 4 if you want, or just use these 4, because here's what I know. If you have no strategies now and you adopt perfect business plan, have raving fans, recognize as an industry authority, and accelerate my business growth, you're way ahead of where you are now, aren't you? You are moving towards, in fact, perfecting your business plan by adopting these 4 strategies as they are. And of course, don't lose sight of be an employer of choice. Now, the great thing about this format is you can go back and look at that list that I created for you, which is not an exhaustive list. There are certainly several more areas of your business that you can look at. And I want to remind you, for those that are larger, perhaps manufacturers, look at this idea of becoming ISO-like. Terrific. Again, a little bit more complicated, a little bit more verbiage than you've had to do so far, but easily done with a little bit of concentration on the message that I've been trying to put across to you here. And you know what? That's the end of Module 5. That's all of it. All you have to do now is write your BHAGs. And then, of course, write the 3 to 4 ways you can drive your business towards their achievement over the course of time and based on current knowledge. Here's the thing about your the 3 to 4 ways. They may change. You may test one out and find it doesn't move you towards your big, hairy, audacious goal. Fine. Remember the opening, remember the video in Module 1 from Tom Peters. It's okay to make mistakes. Not everything we're going to try is going to work out, but do something to advance your strategies. And you may find that something in your strategy statements, one of the 3 to 4 ways, requires money that you don't currently want to spend. Okay, that's fine. Make that a business decision based on current knowledge and current positioning of your business. But know that if there's a good way to move your business forward through a strategy statement, you should probably be looking to budget very shortly the cash flow to commit to advancing that strategy. So write your BHAGs and then the 3 to 4 ways you can drive your business towards their achievement. Business planning is easy. I'm making it as easy for you as is possible. If it's not coming through to you, send me an email and let's have a chit-chat one-on-one. And it is fast. We are already through Module 5. How huge is that? So what's coming up? Well, next is, it's huge. It is big. Module 6, the action plans, the power of the business plan. So you have to get Module 5 done. Stay committed to doing the homework, the assignment, and come back when I send you Module 6, because everything will have been a waste of time if you do not come and connect to the value of creating your action plans in an easy and fast, and remember the other keywords, sustainable methodology for business planning, and I'll be sharing sustainment in Module 7. So we are very close to the end. Keep going. Don't give up. If you're on the fence, get back to Module 1, start again, and join the rest that are joining in. So let's keep going, and I'll see you when Module 6 lands. Bye for now.